Alright guys, it's day 35. Charged my batteries up today. I finished the brackets on the roof for the 4 solar panels. 2 of them are up there right now, fully mounted. I'm gonna do 2 in series, and then those 2 series sets in parallel. That's what somebody on the solar forum told me to do. One of the guys that obviously knows his stuff, at least from on that forum he does. I mean, he's like the one guy everybody goes to ask questions. So he told me my best bet was to run the 4 panels like that. So the only thing I have to do up there is bring the other 2 panels up and then cut a hole in the roof, put for the junction box so I can run the wire through and then waterproof that with Dicor. If anybody knows anything about this MT50 and the parameters and what I should set everything at, I mean, I have the parameters for, flooded batteries, but there's so many parameters in there that I don't know, like the high voltage disconnect, the low voltage disconnect, the warning, disconnect. I mean, the float levels, which people are telling me 13.5, 13.8, and other people are telling me my equalize to don't leave that on. Only equalize when you want to and have it at 14.6 or whatever. I don't know all those numbers, and I don't know if those numbers are right because I got them from an unreliable source. So if you guys know anything about the MT50 and the parameters that I should be using for these 4 batteries, please tell me. Like for instance, it says your amp hours. Do I put the total amp hours? Like I have 2 batteries ran in series, 2 in series, and then those in parallel. So my total amp hours is 430 because those are 215 amp hour batteries. So I have 2 sets because series, you know how that works. Series, you double your volts, and in parallel, you double your amps. So I have 2 sets in parallel. That brings me to 430. Do I put 430 in there, or do I put the voltage or the amperage of just one battery? I don't know. I've read the manual. There's not enough information on that manual. So if anybody knows, just give me a holler. Let me know. Help me out. I started capping off these walls. You guys, I don't know if you've seen that in the last videos or not, but I started capping off the walls to make them look nicer. My brother started running 120 for me. So I got, some light switches. This is the way he's running it is I can plug it in from the outside on a 50 amp, or I can also take it and plug 120 directly from the box, the metal box, right into the inverter. So it's going to be a small system because I don't use a lot of energy as it is. So I don't need anything crazy elaborate. I'm not going to have full-size refrigerators and all that. Although even if I do, the system that I have now can run that. But we're making it basically because I want to be able to plug my inverter into it and have my inverter be able to power everything that I have on my 120, being my TV, my Blu-ray player, fans, those type of things. I want to just be able to, if I'm not plugged in somewhere, I want to be able to just plug my inverter in and have it run all that. So that's what we're setting it up to do. So, there's like the box in here. I gotta put my breakers in here. It's just a simple system. Got the MC wire, and yeah. So that's what we're doing. The 120, and it's in a metal box for the trolls out there that don't understand that's how this stuff is. Not everybody's gonna run their solar system in like a state-of-the-art system. I mean, that's as good as I can do it for myself. I mean, I feel like I did a good job. I'm pretty proud of this. I mean, it's a lot of work. So, yeah, I think it's coming out good. I got a head unit that has, it's got Bluetooth, remote control. It's got Bluetooth, a USB port on the front. It's got an AUX port. I basically wanted a head unit that I can have music on and also all my digital music. So, that's what that does. It has a CD player and it has every single way that you can play digital music. It has it. There's like 6 different ways you can play digital music. It has all of them. I got speakers. I got new speakers for the top of the bus. So I'm going to plug my head unit. My head unit's hooked up. It's working. I was just listening to music. This is actually the second video I'm making because the first one was too noisy with music in the background. So, Yeah, and my TV is also going to be plugged into my surround sound speakers. So when the TV's playing or whatever other audio stuff, I can hear my TV on all 4 speakers up top, and I'll be able to hear it on the surround sound that I have with my entertainment system. My TV's an LED TV, so it only takes like 70 watts, but it's a big screen. It's a big screen, so but it's a good energy TV. So yeah, that's going down. These are hooked up. I use angled aluminum bolted into the main frames, die-cord under and over the aluminum so it plugs the holes. I used all stainless steel screws, washers, nuts, hinges, everything's stainless steel. And the way that it works is that these panels on this side can flip up this way. So if the sun's over here, these panels are already slightly tilted down. So they'll have that, and then I can tilt these panels, you know, right up and get that. And then if the sun's on that side, these panels can lay down and they're slightly tilted that way. And then those panels will tilt that way. So no matter where the sun is, I can always tilt 2 panels directly towards the sun. I felt like that was better to do instead of 4 taking up the entire roof and only be able to tilt one direction. I just said, you know what, I'll just put 4 right here. It's a very short wire run. I laid them there because the charge controller is directly where those wires are laying. Directly below that is my charge controller. So these all tilt up. They're on hinges. And the wires are on this side. Under this one, the wire is on this side. So I can take the wires and run this in series, that in series, and then run them right out to the next set. And those wires will be on that side and that side. And then I have a combiner, a junction box that will run the wire straight down right in between the wall where the charge controller is and right in there. So it'll be a very short wire run. And yeah, so that's what it is. Came out good. Get your center line. This first thing you got to do is this is in the center. That knob is obviously the center line. So I got my center line. And then after I got that center line, you can do all the measurements and get all that stuff, however you want to do it. And the way I set this up is that the only way you can get these panels off, like if I go away or something and no one can steal my panels unless they cut a padlock off, because the way I set them up is that when these other panels are up there, you can't get to any of the bolts unless you come over here, and on one of these things there will be a padlock instead of a bolt. So you have to cut that padlock and then open this up so you can get at any of the bolts. Otherwise, it's just padlocked down. You can't take any of this off without removing the padlocks. I was trying to think of a way that I could do that so people couldn't just jump up if I'm not there and unscrew my panels. So I came up with this, is that when those other panels are there, you can't get at any of these bolts unless you open them up and, take them apart from the inside. That's the only way. And so I'm putting padlocks on each panel. One part will get a padlock. That's it. That way someone has to come with bolt cutters to cut the padlock off to even get at my panel bolts. I thought it took me a little while to think of a design that would allow me to do that, but I definitely knew that I wanted to do that. I wanted a way that nobody can get at my bolts. So I stood up on the roof for like an hour trying to go through different designs, and I came up with that, and it's gonna work flawlessly. So yeah, the water tank is basically done. I gotta do a couple more things over here, bolts down to the floor, but that's basically done. All this is basically done. I gotta just hook up that pump, and I'm gotta put a box over here for electronics and some toggle switches. I'm gonna start doing that this week. The shower, I'm starting to cap off everything. I have to grout that, and then the shower will be done. Pantry, I gotta put a door on here and some shelves block off that big back window. That will be done this week. The bathroom, I'm starting the end of this week, beginning of next week. Then I'll have that done. It's a composting bathroom, so it's not big a deal at all. I got all the wood from Home Depot to build the entertainment system, storage, Blu-ray player, flat screen TV, speakers, you know, a whole bunch of little storage totes and things like that. Not totes, but I'm going to build a thing that have these little things that open up that give me a whole bunch of different areas for storage and clothes. And, you know, a flat surface is kind of like a coffee table slash TV thing. Yeah, just all that's going to be custom built over there. Basically, because I love coffee tables. I always have like all my little knickknacks and things like that on coffee tables, and obviously I can't have that in this bus. So I'm going to build a table slash TV shelf over there. And yeah, so most of this is going to be done within the next 2 weeks. The next week, the next 2 weeks, this bus is going to get finished off. I plan on by the end of this month to be outside painting the bus and then getting out of here. I got a guy that his brother that I'm on the property right here. His brother sells tractor trailer tires, so I'm getting a full set of brand new tires. It costs a lot of money, but it needs to be done. Yeah, so that's it. As you can see, I was cleaning up here today as I ran that head unit. I'm gonna put carpet down here, and I don't know what type of carpet yet, but something to make that a little more cozy when you're driving. I don't want to feel like I'm driving a car. I want to feel like I'm driving my house. So I'm gonna make it a little cozy up here, change up this seat. I'm getting ready to paint all of this. It's not gonna be black anymore. It's gonna be something lighter, something more, not something that can get dirty, but something a little more homely. But yeah, so it's getting there, guys. If you guys know the parameters, help me out. That's it, guys.